That tinkling sound can only mean one thing.
It's time for espresso.
You bet. Let's do it. We've got the Faema wall mount all installed. I'm very pleased with the way it worked out. We only had to mount the machine twice. The first time we put it in completely plumb to the world, and all of the coffee came out of the left spout only, so it doesn't like to be plumb with the world, but it's plumb with the coffee. We've got a 6-foot drain line that runs back under the sink, and a 6-foot water line. We like the stainless industrial look that's hanging down here. Electrical service goes around the corner. The big challenge with this machine is this huge group. It gives so much thermal stability, 20-25 pounds of brass, but at the same time it gives a tremendous thermal challenge as well. There's absolutely no control functions on the machine, just the valve here, the lever, the steam knob and wand. All your control comes from your own intuition, timing. There's a temperature setting on the side. We started out thinking, well, we like cooler shots. We're used to the open boiler machines where it's so easy to control the temperature. So when setting it down as far as it would go was very unsatisfactory. Got a little cheater strip here which reads the surface temperature, and the skin is running at about 100 degrees centigrade, which means the water inside is somewhat higher. You can take a gauge reading off of that wand. It's about at 1 bar at this setting. But I think the machine was designed to run on the hot side with the ability to cool the group at any time by flushing cool water through the group. And it's been on for an hour and a half, and it's always on, always ready. The way I've been operating the machine is that the first thing I do is a long cooling flush. I just generally use my old dirty cups, and this is a good way to get them clean. But we do this long cooling flush. Right now I can barely touch that group. You can just tap it to burn your hands. I'm using the portafilter spouts to contain the water on this little sink here. Otherwise it gets really messy and the water goes everywhere if you try to cool the group without the portafilter on. I want to be able to almost squeeze that, hold my hands on it. It's getting really close to being right, at least from 2 days experience. Now we'll go ahead. This is a real small workspace above a wood floor, and so the boiler is now on. The element has been on since about halfway through the cooling cycle. And the more you cool the group, basically, the more you have time to prepare your portafilter, do your grinding. You can see the pilot light's on. This is my little overpressure drip. We're using an espresso blend from Doma Roasters, which is in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, about 100 miles north. It's got some urine in it, Guatemala. We always preferred it as a little cooler temperature, but my pilot light is still on, the boiler is still heating. Take a check. That's still nice and cool, I got plenty of time. It's the water is going to come from this boiler at temperature because there's a thermostat that runs down into the boiler. And the stand tube on the side takes the water from the top of the boiler. And as you see, I can hear it start to hiss, which means the element's just about to turn off. There's a lot of cues that you take from this. I'm just about at temperature. Yeah, it feels pretty good. It might be just a little cool, but I can feel it coming in. You can feel almost the heat moving down that bell. Now I'm going to use our glass glasses so we can see the shot. It's feeling pretty good. Come down for a pre-infusion. I really didn't tamp, I just leveled it out. About 16 grams in a 14-gram basket. We've got some pre-infusion coming through, some drips up with the lever. Very reasonable 2 shots, so we don't have to fight over it.
We wouldn't fight.
No,
I'd win.
that's true. We'd have to arm wrestle or something. You'd still win.
That's
And
because I'd distract you.
that is our answering our espresso call with our Faema wall mount